Hey y'all, I'm back again, your favorite cozy girl with another episode of Robe Chronicles. Today we're talking about Survivor Season 44, Episode 4. Okay, it has been a whirlwind from the last episode, and Josh comes back. He thinks, I am in the middle of this team. I can go with Danny. I can go with Matt and Franny. I am like sitting pretty. Oh, Danny and Jamie, or Heidi, that's her name. Some of these people, they don't talk to them enough. But he's like, I can go with Heidi and Danny, or I can go with Matt and Franny. I'm like so good. Like, I don't have to worry. But little does he know, his whole team is plotting against him and they all want him gone. I actually kind of feel bad for him because, it's always that, like, the edit where they see the person speaking highly of themselves. And then we see the rest of the team like, yeah, this person has to go. If we go up again, they're gone. And it's like, oh, damn, who knew? So then back over at Tika, Carolyn, well, we don't know yet. We see this X on their birdcage made with these like red sticks that apparently everybody's like, oh, I don't know where these sticks have come from. Has anybody seen these sticks? What's going on? But Carolyn put these sticks over there because she messed up so bad when putting back her bag with the fake idol or whatever. So she tries to like rectify the situation by putting this fake X over it to make people think that if they see the X somewhere else, then that is an idol. And luckily, they're convinced. They're all looking for this X again. And Sarah happens to see it by the camp and digs and goes and takes the idol and runs away. And now she thinks she has an immunity idol. So y'all think Carolyn dumb, but she tricked you, right? She tricked Sarah. So she's not that dumb or that silly or that crazy because she had an idea and it worked out. Then they go and they have a rewards challenge. I always like having rewards challenges. I mean, I like learning about the people, but I like when we do reward challenge than immunity challenge. I always like having the two. It makes, I don't know, I prefer it that way. Maybe I'm different. I don't know. What do you guys prefer? Do you prefer hearing about the tribes and watching them work? Or do you prefer reward challenge, immunity challenge? I want to hear from you guys. So Franny sits out for Soka and Kane sits out for Ratu. Soka wins, Ratu wins, Tika loses, unfortunately. And then they have to vote for whoever they want to go. The winning team gets to vote for whoever they want to send from each team to go on a journey. They send Josh, Carson, and Jamie, and they go on this journey. Jamie is super excited, and she's not even hiding it. Everybody knows when you got to go on a journey or do nothing like that, you got to pretend to be sad and like, oh man, I can't believe this happened, because people are going to assume that something good happens. People aren't going to believe it when you come back. She didn't get the memo, but whatever. They go, and on the journey, they find out that they've won immunity. So they're all like super excited. It's like, congratulations, you won an immunity idol. But you now have to pick a new buff because you're going back to a new team. I'm like, I don't know about y'all, but I really like the twist of season 44. Like, these twists and turns from this season is like way better than the twists and turns of season 43 and season 42. Like, I watched those seasons and was irritated by what happened, but I still watched them because I love Survivor. But this season, I'm actually enjoying each episode. Like, everything that happens is like enjoyable to me. I'm like, oh, that's exciting, or that's cool, or, so I'm back to enjoying Survivor. Like, yes, do I wish it was longer? But 26 days, we'll take it. So when they come back, Josh goes to Tika, Jamie goes to Soka, and Carson goes to Ratu. So as you know, this is going to put a wrench in Soka's plan of getting Josh out because now he's gone, right? So Josh comes back to Tika and they're all talking to him. And then Sarah's like, wait, aren't you a surgeon? And he was like, no, I'm a physical trainer. Now this pissed me off because I don't understand why people feel like they need to lie about their job or how smart they are, or they're like, oh, well, I don't want people to like vote me out because they think I'm too smart. But I'm starting to think that people don't want to give this profession or title that makes it appear that they are smart and then they're not smart, right? Like they're not able to finish puzzles or do stuff, because then it's like, you're not that smart, right? Like you said you were smart, but you're not producing where you're supposed to produce. And like Carson said it too. Carson's like, oh, I work for NASA, but I'm not going to tell anybody because I don't want them to think I'm too smart. But you don't know if you're going to come off as smart or not. you might not be able to complete the challenges like you think you should. Like, for example, the last episode, they did the challenge with the colors on each side, and Carson couldn't finish it. Like, not first, right? Like, you're supposed to be this NASA engineer or whatever, and you've been practicing for Survivor, but you weren't the first to finish that challenge. So I'm not saying that he's done, because that's not what that means, but I'm just saying that, like, it doesn't mean much to me. I feel like no one has really been able to use their job title or profession to be like, wow, I'm way smarter, except for Christian from David versus Goliath. And I don't know if it made him so much smarter than everybody, but he would talk about a lot of things and you'd be like, oh, he's pretty smart. Like, you know, he talked about theories and concepts and ideas, and you're like, okay, he's smart. I don't know if it helped him with puzzles or anything like that, because obviously most of the people on the Davids were smart, but it was just like, he's a smart guy, and it's interesting to hear him talk about these theories and different things. And it was nice because he even won endurance challenges, so it wasn't just about his smarts. So that's why I'm like, I don't think it really matters, and I think that people hiding their job title and profession and all that, it's lame. I don't care about it. But anyways, Tika knew. They knew he was lying because they all heard him at the challenge talking about how he has steady hands. So it just didn't make sense, because now instead of them seeing you as a surgeon, they see you as a liar. So who's going to want to work with you, right? Matthew from Ratu goes and brings Carson in, and he's like, oh, I want to work with you. I have so much information for you. Jamie has an idol. Brandon used his idol the first day. But we all know that the idol Jamie has is fake, because he found the real idol and made her find a fake one. So Matt is pretending to, not that he's pretending, because he's trying to get information from Carson while giving Carson real-ish information, right? Danny goes through, so Jamie is now at Soka, and Danny goes through Jamie's stuff. Okay, this is a personal opinion. I don't like when they go through people's stuff. I know people want to know. I know people want to get all the information about their, you know, tribe mates and everything, and they're like, oh, it's being sneaky, anything goes, it's fine. I know Survivor doesn't have a rule against it, but nothing pisses me off more than when people go through people's stuff looking for an idol. I don't know. I don't know why. It just bothers me so much. And I know technically it's okay, and people have obviously gotten onto it, and now they hide their idols differently, especially now that they are giving people idols that are bracelets and medallions, versus that like box that they gave on China where they had to pull it off the thing. Was it China where it was like a huge thing that's not really easy to hide? So at least they're giving idols that are easy to hide, that you can keep on you at all times, you know, which makes it easier. But they go through her stuff. They don't see an idol, so they decide they're going to vote her out if they go to tribal council. But they're like, we still kind of think she has something, but she has nothing in her bag. So as it stands, she's got to go. You know, I feel like that whole tribe strong thing, it's always what people say when they get new members or the merge happens or whatever, but it rarely ever happens, because people are sneaky and conniving, and you can't trust nobody's word because people are liars, bro. That's the way it seems. I feel like we watch this play out every season, and it's like a study in human nature, is that people really can't keep their word. Then they go to the immunity challenge, and basically, obviously, the first two teams that win immunity. The challenge is something we've seen before, where they jump from the platform, grab a key, swim, walk across the balance beam, get to the thing, and then build a puzzle. So everybody's going, challenge is going good. It's now Lauren's turn to go for Soka? No, what team is she on? I am blanking on what team she's on. But anyways, Ratu. It's her turn to go. She jumps, she misses the key, and girl keeps swimming. Ma'am, turn around and go again. I don't know. Maybe she's super short. I don't know. Maybe I haven't watched. I haven't paid attention. But I'm like, why wouldn't she try again? Like, I don't. You just gave up on your team. And to me, if we lose, I'm voting you out. And so she goes and she swims to the end. And because of how the challenge is, Brandon has to swim back and go again before Kane can go, because that's how the challenge works. So Brandon, who now just had to swim back, tired as hell, has to jump off, get a key and swim back, walk the plank, do all that stuff before Kane can go, because Lauren decided not to go back. Tacky. Anyways, they go. Kane is really struggling on the balance beam part, so everybody kind of catches up, and everybody's like, Soka's a little bit ahead, I believe. Ratu and Tika are more so tied. It gets to the puzzle part. They're all working on it. They're going. Josh and Carolyn are working for Tika, I believe, and Carson and Lauren, because she failed at the other thing, are now working for Ratu. And somehow, from the back, Ratu pulls it out and wins the challenge. So they have immunity, and Tika is going to tribal council. So as soon as they get back, Jam Jam and Sarah are like, all right, we're going to tell Josh it's you going home, Carolyn, and then we're all going to vote Josh out. Now, why did they do that? This happens also almost every season. They find a person that they think could be the decoy, and they always have that certain type of character, someone who people think is weak or maybe annoying or a little off or wild, and they want that person to play the decoy. But it's not that, hey, do you feel comfortable playing the decoy? It's always, you're going to play the decoy, and this is what we're going to do. And it's like, just because you think this person is like, woo, doesn't mean that this person can't have an opinion, can't have a say, because I think what they should have done is been like, Carolyn, we don't think Josh thinks we have a relationship with you. Do you feel comfortable playing the decoy? Or if you think it should be me, then I can do it. Or if you think it should be Sarah, then Sarah should do it. But how do you feel? Never what happens. It's always someone talking at someone and telling them that they gonna play the decoy, they gonna do this, they gonna do that. So Carolyn's like, okay, because, you're one person, there are two people telling you what you gotta do. You just gonna take it. But in her confessional and on her own, she's like, I don't really want to do that. I don't like that idea. Why I gotta be the decoy? So they go, they tell Josh. Josh, who is smart, immediately goes to Carolyn and says, hey, they're going to vote you out. I have an immunity idol, and I'm going to use it on you, and we can vote out Sarah. Now, if I'm Carolyn, I'm like, yes, great deal. Granted, he told her a plan, but the plan he told her saves her. And it's a genuine plan, or a generous plan, actually is the word I'm looking for. It's a generous plan. I'm going to use my immunity idol on you to save you, and we could vote someone else out. Now, one, he just gave her knowledge, right? The knowledge that he has an immunity idol. And two, he's saying, I'm going to use it to save you. Now, if I'm Carolyn, this is somebody I'm going to work with. Now, Carolyn's all in her head. She's like, should I just tell him to use it on himself so he knows and then we vote out Sarah? Or do I just let the plan go as is? He uses it on me, even though I already have an immunity idol. I mean, she didn't tell him, but it's like, what does she do? We get to tribal council. Jeff is always asking these questions and what have you. And he's talking, and I don't know how Jam Jam gets mixed up, but he makes an allusion to the fact that they're going to be voting out Carolyn. Now, his allusion actually isn't that bad, because technically, if the plan is the plan, Carolyn is supposed to be the person that they're making Josh feel like they're voting out. But because Carolyn already felt so uncomfortable with that plan, right? It's coming off a little bit more harsh. She's like, he slipped up, this and that. Like, this was a slip up. He knows what he said. And Sarah's trying to calm Carolyn down. Jam Jam's trying to fix his correction, like make a correction. And then he refers to her as Felicia, or bye Felicia, something. Now, I don't know if Jam Jam knows the significance of Felicia or saying bye Felicia, hi Felicia, whatever, that whole thing. And because I'm a gatekeeper, I'm not going to explain it here. Um, but calling a drug counselor Felicia is actually funny, right? I'm just like, okay, I guess it became mainstream. It's popular to just say bye Felicia. A lot of people don't even know where it came from, but whatever. And so Carolyn is now like you can see all her emotions on her face. She's stressed out. She's distraught. I just am like, this girl has a very difficult time holding her emotions in. Now, again, I personally like it. Now, do I think it's good for her gameplay? Probably not, but I like it. So then after they talk, Jeff's like, okay, it's time to go vote. They all go vote. They're like, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol or advances that they'd like to use, Josh stands up. He's like, I have a hidden immunity idol and I'd like to use it on myself. Which then lets us know, ding, 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 Carolyn must have told him, use it on yourself because they're going to vote you out. The vote reads, Josh, doesn't count because he used an immunity idol. Sarah, and Sarah goes home. She's shocked. Jam shocked. Carolyn's relieved. Josh is relieved, right? And Josh leans over and grabs Carolyn's hand to let them know that they were working together. So now Jam's on the outs. And it's so funny because he didn't see this coming, because the truth is, he may not say it, but he didn't think Carolyn was maybe bright enough to come up with a plan like this. But if I'm Jam and Carolyn's my girl, I'm going to look at it like, okay, she did that. And yes, it's sneaky, but she didn't vote me out. Meaning that on some level, she's still willing to work with me. So I'm going to go head in trying to repair this relationship, because it's like, okay, we need to fix it. I might have effed up. I'm so sorry. How do we get back to where we were, where me and you were on the same page, you know? So I'm excited to see if they're able to fix that. I assume the merge is coming soon. I think they're at 15. So if they're at 15, I mean, they're at 13. I said 15. I think they're at 13. So hopefully the merge is this next episode. And if not this next episode, the following one, maybe they merge at 12. But either way, I'm really excited because so many twists and turns have happened already. So I'm excited to see if there's any twists and turns that happen for the merge, right? Because Tika is now down to 3 people. They can't compete as a 3-person team. I mean, they might, but I don't think they've done that in quite a while. Josh using an immunity idol, meaning an immunity idol is coming back into rotation, right? Hopefully Carolyn gets a second one, because I feel like when she gets into that big group, there'll be a target on her back again. I don't know why. I just feel it. Could be wrong. But either way, I'm really excited to get to episode 5. I'm excited to see what happens. I have a lot of thoughts of who is going to continue, what's going to happen, and I'm just excited to see what does happen. And if you guys are excited to see my recap, enjoying this, have your opinions, have your thoughts, please comment, please like, please share. Please let me know what you think. If you agree with me, disagree with me, what you think about these challenges, these twists, these differences. And we'll be back for episode 5. See you guys later. Bye.